So I love the unpredictability of being on a game drive. On one side of the reserve, it's peace, tranquility, serenity as the sun's rising over the horizon. On the opposite side could be all hell breaking loose. Our morning started off with a portion of the Kambula Pride. It's a group of these sub-adults that have been hanging around together, as they were just starting to get active on a very chilly morning. All was calm and peaceful. Kirst and Nick were not so far away, with two lionesses from the Kambula Pride, the mothers of the cubs, and they had just had an attempt at hunting a herd of wildebeest.
So that wildebeest has now become aware, so he's looking around. That's why they've stopped dead in their tracks.
They missed, and the subsequent alarm calls that the wildebeest were giving off then caught the attention of some nearby skulking hyenas, who came across to give these lionesses a pretty hard time. Now, of course, on a cold winter's morning, the sound is going to travel a fair distance, which it did, reaching the ears of the placid lions that we were with, who then got up to head across there and lend a hand. Now, we only limit it to 3 vehicles in a sighting, and that's to put as little pressure on the animals as possible, while still at least maintaining a decent view for our guests that are here. So I pulled out and let the other rangers and their guests go and enjoy front row seats to some lions and hyenas fighting.
Yeah. Giraffe. And while the rangers and their guests were enjoying front row seats, I was sitting with
two boisterous impala rams having a very feeble attempt at a rutting fight. So not quite the spectacle that everyone else was enjoying, but at least I could hear it all happening in the distance. So then in a flash, the Pride arrived, made an attempted hunt at the wildebeest that were alarming, missed, chased the hyenas off, only to then get chased off themselves by the two nomadic male lions that have been moving through the area, the Nkuhuma male and the Talamati male. So, to give the rangers the benefit of the doubt, apparently it all happened so quickly that none of them managed to capture any footage of it. However, I think if I was there I would have at least caught something. But the two mothers then headed back east, probably going back to where their cubs were. The rest of the Pride and the sub-adults ran off into the thickets. Everybody else then decided to stay with these two nomads that settled up on top of a termite mound in this perfect, awesome morning golden light. And that's when we arrived. To see these two males up on top of a mound was pretty spectacular. It wasn't too long before they then descended the mound and started marching back west out of the heart of the Nzenga male's territory. Now, I've been away on leave for the last 2 weeks, and while I was away, I've been slightly concerned as to the condition of the Ximungwe female. However, I do believe that she has been seen a number of times, with one encounter in particular that was fairly intense.
Oh my God. It's a banded mongoose.
The Ximungwe female had caught a banded mongoose and was completely unwilling to share that with her pretty young and hungry cub. And so an intense altercation broke out between them. However, in the last 4 days, these two have now been seen with two different carcasses. The first was an impala yelling, which she must have caught and then hoisted into the top of a scotia tree, which is phenomenal because just the fact that she was able to catch something that big and then hoist it into a tree is showing some very positive signs that that leg is healing. And that allowed them to then stay around there and feed on that until it was finished. So getting a pretty decent meal. And then only last night, we then found the two of them again with a baby Inyala kill. So she is hunting successfully and at least catching things that are going to now feed the both of them pretty well. Hey, Film Shadows, you're good to go. We're in Schweindonga, upstream from Inky Thomas Crossing.
Check the southern mount, no sign.
And so by now having a full belly, it allows her to then rest and recover. Because by her constantly moving around and trying to hunt, that's going to limit the healing that's happening in that front leg. But anyways, she was injured at the beginning of June, somewhere around the 1st or 2nd of June. And so now we're almost 6 weeks into that recovery. And we know, like I said recently, that a broken bone, excuse the wind, typically takes about 6 to 8 weeks to heal. In the wild, could be longer, could be shorter, we don't know. But in the brief moment that I saw her walking, it is showing some very positive and promising signs because that limp is nowhere near as severe as it used to be. She's able to catch and hoist things into a tree. And although it's not going to be plain sailing going forward, these are just some very positive signs that her leg is healing and the chances of recovery are that much greater. Right, now so to finish off this virtual safari, we had a very entertaining sighting of a young elephant bull practicing his soccer or football skills. Initially it was just this young bull rolling around a boulder, and I thought he was just trying to detect or pick up a scent that was on that boulder. However, we then sat back and watched him going about his business with this boulder for about 10 to 15 minutes. Constantly rolling it around with his trunk, sniffing it, then using his front feet and his back feet to push this ball around between his legs. So for a little bit of humour, tag somebody in the comment section below that you reckon has worse football skills than this elephant. And if you're enjoying these virtual safaris, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll keep you in the loop with anything else that we put out. And like this video, and we'll see you back here again next weekend. But thanks for watching, and that's all from me. So bye for now.